There's a new standard of luxury on the horizon, a niche new way to live your life without the extra costs. Visit honcho8.com for details today. Affordable contemporary living, luxury redefined.
Welcome to This Week in Phuket, where we bring you the stories that made the headlines around the island this week. First, a young woman is set to be charged by police after smashing into and killing a motorbike rider last week. Police, who arrived at the scene 2 kilometres east of the Heroines Monument, had to control a mob of local people who, on seeing the 24-year-old emerge from the wreck of the car using a mobile phone, became enraged. Witnesses say the car and the bike were going the same way from Park Lock heading west. The car, travelling at speed, slammed into the back of the bike, then dragged it and the rider 100 metres across the opposing lane and into the ditch. A new Australian documentary called The Embassy is set to follow officials around Thailand helping Aussie citizens that get into trouble. The production crew were in Phuket recently following members of the Australian Embassy. The crew was seen at a Muay Thai event at Patong Boxing Stadium last week, filming the iconic local sport. No date has been set for the reality series to air, and there are no plans to air it here in Thailand. Thailand is getting a makeover. Well, that's just the name the Tourism Authority of Thailand has chosen to call its new digital marketing campaign. Thailand Extreme Makeover is designed to promote the kingdom as a centre of medical tourism. Tourists from all over the world are invited to join a reality-style contest where selected contestants undergo makeovers, including various cosmetic surgery procedures. There's a $5,000 cash prize up for grabs, as well as a chance to win luxury trips. Each of the contestants will be videoed and shown online for friends and relatives to watch and follow their progress. According to Forbes' World's Billionaires 2014 list, the top Thais at 97 in the world rankings were the owners of the Jarian Pokpan Group. 11 business leaders from Thailand have been included in this year's list of the world's richest people. Of the $31 billion in total business deals announced in Thailand last year, the brothers contributed exactly half. 52 people were rescued off a sinking speedboat heading to PP from Phuket last week. 47 tourists and 5 boat staff were helped off the Andavari 919 after the bottom of the boat was damaged in heavy seas off Krabi at around 3:30 on Thursday afternoon. The boat began taking on water off the coast of Koh Gai. 2 nearby boats came alongside to help. One boat then took 26 of the tourists to PP, and the remaining 21 were brought back to Phuket. And for some good news, enough A-negative blood was collected after an appeal by Head Start International School to help its PE teacher, Dean Jackson, who was in a road accident last week and suffered a broken leg. He required surgery, but there was a shortage of his blood type. It took a few days, but doctors at Phuket International Hospital operated on Dean, and he's now recovering. 5 tourist police quit last week over allegations that some officers were using the local volunteers to extort money from tourists. Mal Brown, the head coordinator of the Region 8 International Volunteers Group, says in addition to the 5 who've already resigned, he and the remaining 21 volunteers stood down from their positions, saying the group needed better direction. The situation has been resolved following a meeting on the 13th of March at Katu Police Station, but a number of issues are still under discussion. Italian tourist Luigi Maraldi has met with Phuket police to discuss his stolen passport, a passport stolen on the island last year and then used by a person to board the missing Malaysia Airlines flight MH370. The 37-year-old is one of 2 people dragged into the international spotlight as rescuers hunt for the plane wreckage of the missing Boeing 777. Maraldi and an Austrian, Christian Kozel, were listed as passengers on board the missing flight, but authorities soon discovered the 2 never purchased tickets and instead had reported their passports stolen while in Phuket. Maraldi is here on holiday again with a new passport. Meanwhile, Phuket's head of immigration is getting tough on passport inspections in the wake of identity fraud being linked to the missing Malaysian Airways flight. He ordered officers to be more strict when checking documents and to visit guest houses and hotels in Phuket to view the guest list in order to keep a closer eye on fraudulent passport use. The body of a woman found inside a drain pipe in Park Lock on Friday, the 7th of March, is believed to be that of missing Talang woman Kanya Youngnu. The 46-year-old, who worked as a food and drink seller on Bengtao Beach, went missing late January after leaving home alone on her motorbike. Family members then filed a report with Shuntalay police when she didn't return. Her motorbike was found near a lake in Ban Layen last month, but her body was never recovered. Police are waiting for the results of DNA testing. Mystery surrounds a crackdown on foreigners by supposed police officers on Geelong Pier. The officers in plainclothes have been arresting any foreigner found running or working for a dive company and threatening them with charges of contravening the terms of their work permits. The crackdown, which takes place almost daily, targets dive company staff and bosses as they see divers off from the pier and again when they arrive back there. But police in Geelong have no idea who the undercover officers are. Hollywood stars Jean-Claude Van Damme and Kellen Lutz were part of a large VIP contingent at the grand opening of Nikki Beach, Phuket on Layan Beach. Lutz, best known for starring as Emmett Cullen in the Twilight Saga film series, was a special guest for the grand opening party and was interviewed by multiple television networks, including Phuket News TV. The 28-year-old will next star in Hercules, The Legend and Expendables 3. Action star Claude Van Damme is a frequent visitor to the island. He was last spotted in 2012 at Joe's Downstairs at Kalim. That's the way we saw the news over the last week. For all the latest, listen in to Live 89.5 or go to thephuket.news.com.